this financial crisis was created in Wall Street.
I mean,
but no,
that was actually the one motivation, yeah.
Right.
Because you read in the newspapers, yeah, everybody commented on greed. I thought, what is greed? What does it mean? Can you develop a theory about greed?
That's right.
That was my starting point actually, and I thought, oh,
yeah,
it's a
but
good
I'm saying that of course money give the pleasure to yourself, and the more money you have the sort of drug effect. But what I'm trying to say is that by giving the money to other people, and then some kind of a praise and so forth is coming back, and this is I get pleasure from this too.
Mm.
So the exchange between money and the praise. And plus, American, rich people, they give money, they create lots of foundations and so forth. So they don't like money to be taken away by government, but they give quite a bit of money to foundations and so forth, right? And it's a very unique to American culture. So, but I think that shows that the money is, in this sense, it's not just for you, but for instrument of a social exchange.
This fact, is, I think, well known and well treated in sociology, at least since Georg Simmel published his theory of money, a German sociologist. I mean, we know from anthropology and all other sciences that money is highly regulated in the sense, for example, also among friends. Yeah? Or let's say wife and husband. Let's imagine the husband says to the wife, okay, I would like to have some sexual intercourse today. I give you 3,000 US dollars. I think divorce is immediately there. Yeah? So you see, there are strong separations also where you cannot normally, at least in Germany, if I approach my neighbor and ask for help, and I would ask him, okay, you help me and I give you 50 euro, my neighbor will immediately be angry, yeah? Because this is a neighborhood relation. Yeah? When it's mutual help, one should not offer money. I mean, it's well known.
Americans do that.
Yeah, but that is why you see, money is a medium of social exchange, and so there are many institutions involved. And my point is just, this is what we know outside of economics. And we need to get it into economics. And I try to set up a framework for this. Yeah? Okay, I think we are running out of time. Just to summarize, I mean, I said one set of empirical facts is what we discussed right now. This is psychology, sociology, neuroeconomics, this sort of thing. The other source of empirical data is history. I mean, as I said, it doesn't, in a sense, of course, money as treated by central bankers is not what I'm talking about here. Yeah? It is the primordial meaning of money, either in everyday life, today, or of course in history. Then we look at the emergence of money, and what I do in my paper, what I don't explain in detail right now, is to retell one possible analysis. I mean, there are different historical approaches to emergence of money. I think it is one opinion that seems to be quite accepted now among historians is precisely that the tool use of money was not the primordial one, but much more the ritual use of money, the role that money played in social exchange in the sense, for example, among unequals, more powerful people and less powerful people and so forth. And that the transactional use of money is more or less a co-evolutionary phenomenon, or even a phenomenon which is subsequent to these primordial uses of money. And there is one account which I just analyze or reanalyze in my paper on the emergence of the first coins in Europe. I mean, in early Greece and Assyrian Empire. And the point about this analysis is, one thing is, of course, is this historical background, which is where one can see that the transactional use of money emerges out of cultural contact and the need to communicate across cultures. But the other purpose of this is that I try to show or give an explicit treatment of Searle's status function in terms of this Fauconnier-Turner notion of cognitive blending. I don't explain this now because it's already talked 1 hour, but just to give you an idea what is the place of this argument in the paper, because the basic structure of this, I show you the diagram, the basic structure of this Fauconnier-Turner approach is they regard cognitive blending as a process that takes place as a mapping. So you have two inputs from different spheres, and then the inputs are projected into a common framework. This they call generic space. And if it happens that the two inputs are merged in the generic space, then the output is what they call a blend. And interestingly, this exactly corresponds to Searle's status function, because Searle's status function means also you have two inputs, yeah, to treat something as something, yeah, to merge an x and y. And this, in the status function, it happens in context C, in a particular context. And what I show then in the paper is that one can reconstruct the early history of money in Greece in a very interesting way, because what played a crucial role was a physical property of the early coins, or two physical properties. One property was that the early coins were alloys of silver and gold. And silver and gold had different meanings in the two societies where trade took place, Assyria and Greece. And so they could interpret the same piece, the same artifact, in different ways, which enabled transactions. Yeah? That's one thing. And the other physical property is that the early history of coins, there was some habit to test for the quality. And because it is an alloy and different interest, it's silver and gold, and so the people used a hammer, yeah, to check the pieces. And the science evolved into indicators of origin in merchant communities. They started to use it intendedly. And from this, the custom of minting and so forth evolved. And so you have a very interesting interaction